Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Barbara and I'm so happy that you are here today because today we are going to be talking about my exciting reading plans for July. So, in July it's going to be a mess because there is a lot of things to keep in mind. First of all, my book club book, I did not get to it previous month, so that's the first book I have to read now. Second of all, there is Magical Hopathon hosted by Rachel. I will link it down below. If you want to check it out, definitely check it out. It's really nice and cozy, based on Disney World theme park kind of thing, so it's really exciting. There is also Gamenightathon hosted by Cleo. I will also link it down below. Here I printed out the prompts and yeah, the parks for the Magical Hopathon to just keep track of it. And here I have the Gamenightathon board and the prompts. So those are the two readathons I'm going to be participating in. It's gonna be really tricky. Gamenightathon is very niche, it feels like it's very difficult to plan, and it is, yeah, you really need to be into it. But this month in July I will be traveling most of the time, or I won't be home most of the month. So I don't think I can fully commit to that one, so it's gonna be low-key, that one. So I'm gonna focus more on Magical Hopathon, but I still want to kind of try to participate in both. On top of that, I need to finish up my Beastmaster Summer School calling for Orilium the Magical Readathon, because the autumn equinox is coming up and I still haven't finished it, so that's the plan. And also Year in Aldea prompt. So there is a lot going on, but let's start with Magical Hopathon. So there basically you have 4 parks. I will just put it on the screen because this is too small, but go check the announcement video. Rachel explains it very well. But you basically go into the theme park, the Disney World, and there are 4 different areas, so 4 different parks that you can choose. And each of these parks have different prompts. So there is attractions, snacks, and shows, and each of them have their prompts, and you have to complete one of each. To complete the readathon, you only have to complete 1 park. You don't have to go to all 4 parks, and you can pick whichever you want. And you also need to read the book to get an entrance ticket. So first you start with that prompt, and then you can do it in whichever order you want. So that's what I want to start with, because the first prompt to gain the ticket, the park entrance prompt, is read a book you cannot stop thinking about. And that is a book I keep thinking about it. It's been on my TBR already. I didn't get to it, unfortunately, but it's coming back because the author just released a new book and I want to get it in September when I go to the book fair. So I want to have this one also right already. And I think maybe you can guess, but if you can't, it's okay. It is Atalanta. So this is the book I'm gonna be reading for this prompt. I cannot stop thinking about it. I still want to read it so much. It is absolutely gorgeous cover. And yeah, I will try to squeeze this one onto the TBRvatar. We'll be playing TBRvatar as well, don't you worry. Just to add to the madness, we're doing that too. So this is the first book I'm gonna be definitely reading. Well, first book, alongside Finding the Mother Tree, which is the book club book, but I'll get to that. So Atalanta. Atalanta is a Greek mythology retelling about Atalanta, who was, I think, abandoned. Yeah, she was abandoned on a mountainside, defenseless infant. Atalanta is left to the mercy of a passing mother bear and raised alongside the cubs under the protective eye of the goddess Artemis. Swearing that she will prove her worth alongside the famed heroes of Greece, Atalanta leaves her forest to join Jason's band of Argonauts. But can she carve out her own place in the legends in a world made for men? So yeah, story of a woman becoming a warrior in ancient Greece. Sounds fun. So this is the first book. Then, when it comes to the parks, I was actually trying to do it this time very kind of authentic. So I researched the parks. I've never been to Disney World or any of the Disney theme parks. And I kind of researched in which one I would like to go to. So that one I would be focusing on. And the one that spoke to me most for sure was the Animal Kingdom, because just it looks fantastic, but they have live animals, which I do not support. So even though that one looks the best and I know I would love that one the most, it also is kind of against my principles. So Animal Kingdom will be left to last. And then I picked the next one I would be very much intrigued by would be Epcot, because there is Guardians of the Galaxy, I think, is in that park. I don't know, there are a couple things that I really enjoy about it on Moana. I don't know. Lots of things that I really like are in that park, and then the second potential would be the Hollywood Studios, I think, because there is Star Wars. So I know Henrik would want to go there because he loves Star Wars. So I think those would be the picks. So I would focus on Epcot, and for that I also went like which of these attractions I would like to go to most, and that would be the Moana Journey of Water. And here the prompt is read a book with interactive elements, and for that I picked The Passengers by John Morse. This is a thriller, and I think it is, yes, a ruthless hacker has targeted 8 driverless cars, setting them on a fatal collision course. If the authorities interfere with the vehicles before they reach their destination, they will explode, killing everyone on board. Now the hacker is insisting that the public and a select jury judge who should live and who should die. It's trial by social media, a popularity contest that will be fought to the death. I'm not sure that's actually a smart decision, because we'll be traveling by car, even though we don't have automatic car, but you know. No, but this is going to be very exciting. I heard lots of great things about John Mars, so I'm really intrigued by this. And this would also fit perfectly for the Beastmaster Summer School, where, and just to make it clear, this is just a calling I want to do, but I didn't manage it during the semester. So my character is just taking extra classes during the summer. So it's exactly the same prompts as it was in the spring equinox. I'm just doing it now and calling it summer school. So there I am missing one last book, actually. I completed the other 3. I still haven't read the lore, or for lore. So that I still have to do, but that's a short one and that's not a book. And then the last prompt was for, to book that you think would cure a slump, and I think that this would definitely do it if it's a good, like, really gripping thriller. And then for snacks, I picked Food and Wine Festival booth, so randomize a book of your TBR. So here, what I'm going to do, if I find my phone, yes, is I'm going to put books I have from library. I have 4 books from library currently that I want to read, and all the ebooks I own into the random generator, and will randomly pick one. So let's do that. And why ebooks? Because again, I'll be traveling most of the month, so I want to take as few physical books as possible and focus on the books that I have on my Kindle. Okay, so now I have it all ready. So the 4 books from library that I have are Malice by John Gwynne, Some Desperate Glory by Emily Tesh, The Gankle by Stephen Rowley, I think this screams summer book, and In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune. So these are the 4 from library. I actually hope it will pick one of those, but we have total of 98 books to pick from, so that will be insane if that happened. But yeah, let's do this. I shuffle 3 times, and we go. No way! She Who Became the Sun. Oh no! Oh no! That's okay. If it's unfinished series, I'm not reading it. Alright, She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan. It is the first book in the Radiant Emperor duology. So there is 2 books, both are out, so I cannot excuse my way out of this one. Okay, so I'm reading She Who Became the Sun, and this is, I believe, a fantasy. In a famine-stricken village on a dusty yellow plain, 2 children are given 2 fates, a boy, greatness, a girl, nothingness. In 1345, China lies under harsh Mongol rule. For the starving peasants of the Central Plains, greatness is something found only in stories. When the Zhou family's 8th-born son, Zhou Chongba, is given a fate of greatness, everyone is mystified as to how it will come to pass. The fate of nothingness received by the family's clever and capable second daughter, on the other hand, is only as expected. When a bandit attacks orphans, the 2 children, though it is Zhou Chongba who succumbs to despair and dies. Desperate to escape her own fated death, the girl uses her brother's identity to enter a monastery as a young male novice. There, propelled by her burning desire to survive, Zhou learns she is capable of doing whatever it takes, no matter how callous, to stay hidden from her fate. I don't know, it sounds good. That's why I got it. It has rating though only 3.87, so we will see. But yeah, that is apparently the one I'm reading. But it is on my Kindle, so it's fine. It's okay. It's okay. Calm down. So suddenly I'm questioning if that's the snake I want, because the other snake prompt is read a book set in a different country. That could be anything. We'll see what I can do. But it's still exciting. And then the third one is shows. And for this I picked the Turtle Talk with Crush, read a middle grade. And for this one I pick Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. I'm not sure the author. But I've never read it. I knew it since I was a kid. I watched the TV show. My sister loved it, but I never read it. And I feel it's time. I have it on my Kindle, and it's time to get to it. I also don't have many middle grade books. The only one I have that I was otherwise interested in was... I have some like Christmas ones, but not gonna read Christmas one now. But I have the 3rd book in his Dark Materials series. But I'm just terrified to read it because I don't like it anymore. Like, I loved it. I gave it 5 stars when I read it first time 15 years ago. Now I'm rereading it and it's not it. So I'm picking Anne of Green Gables instead. So that is for now for the magical readathon. Of course, magical Hopathon. Of course, I will try to read more for it. But these are the 4 books I have to read to complete the readathon. Next, I think we're gonna go to do the roll for Gamenightathon, because how this works, you start from here and each of the colors has their own prompt, and then you roll a die for which of these 6 prompts it should be. So let's roll a die now, and then we'll see what prompt I get. So I need to now roll a 6-sided die to see what prompt I would get, and then I can pick which color I want to do or I can fulfill. So let's roll a die. And it's 6, so it could be favorite author, non-fiction, or LGBTQIA+. So I rolled a 6, so we have favorite author, non-fiction, or LGBTQIA+. And it's actually perfect because I can pick non-fiction, Finding the Mother Tree by Susan Simard. This is the first book I have to read anyway, so it's absolutely perfect. It's yellow, while the cover is not yellow, so no bonus points for that. But it is here the yellow splotch yellow, cluster is 3 squares. That means it needs to be 300 pages, and I believe this is 311. And then you get punishment for reading extra pages. So 311 I feel is a good start. So I think this is a great pick. This is the non-fiction book for my Climates book club. The live show will be this Sunday, July 7th. So you still have time to catch up if you would like to. I still haven't started it, but I'm gonna start today. That is what I'll start with Gamenightathon, and then when I finish with that, I will be able to do another roll. So that's not gonna happen in here. I think I'm actually wondering if I should do vlogs, like weekly vlog, but that feels like a lot of commitment. I'm already behind on videos. Or maybe I'll do it just like reels on Instagram or shorts here on YouTube. So let me know which one of those you would prefer. But yeah, that's for Gamenightathon. Now we are ready to jump into the TBRvatar. Oh my gosh, what a month. So let's first go through the books I was supposed to read in June and how I did there. So first I had Cabbage Pot, so this was like randomly picked book, and that picked The History of Bees. Unfortunately, I did not get to this one. The second one was Genre Roll, and it was contemporary, so for that I picked Finding the Mother Tree, obviously didn't get to this one. Third one was another cabbage pot, so another random book, and for that I got Tears of Amber. I have that on my Kindle, and I am, I think, like 60 or 70% through. So I'm reading it, I will read that one, so I do count it as read. Fourth one was Patience Nephew, so something that I've owned for forever. And for that I picked The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini, and I did read this. And the last one was TBRvatar, so Ask a Friend for Recommendation. And for this I was supposed to read The Whispering Dark, and I did read this. So out of 5 I read 3 books and I didn't read 2. So that means 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, in total 1 step forward. So let's go do the rolls, and we are really close to the end, so if we finish we just start over. Like it's not gonna be only 1 roll, it's gonna be 5 proper rolls. So let's go to roll number 1. Okay, so last month we ended on this spot, so we are almost done, but if we finish we start over. So let's go for the first, first we need to move 1 step forward for the books I read and didn't read. So reward 1 step forward. So let's see, hopefully it's not 1, because then we end up in the same pickle as last month. So let's see. And it's a 3, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3. That's a normal prompt. Okay, we did not use any prompts last month from here, so I don't need to fix that. So I'm just going to randomize range. Thank you. And now we've got 8 and 60, so 68. And 68. Autumn Equinox 2023 Implink Summoning Challenge. 1 letter appears twice. That should be easy prompt. So 1 letter appears twice. I think this is meant as at least 1 letter appears at least twice. And looking at this stack that I have to read, I'm going to pick Finding Mother Tree, because this is absolutely must read. Anything else is, I can switch it out for whatever else. This I cannot. So this is my first pick, and I already talked about it. It's a non-fiction about trees and how trees communicate, and tree society really. So this is the first pick. Roll number 2 is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another prompt. Okay, we remove and randomize range. 77. That is here. Autumn Equinox 2022, Alchemy, Distinguished Poison, Willowweed. 1 word title. Second book, we have 1 word title. And could it be any more perfect? Could it? I don't think so. Atalanta. 1 word. Perfect! So far, thank you TBRvatar. So far it is amazing. Roll number 3. Where is it? 4 again. I don't know how to roll. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yet another prompt. Alright, you rule. There. And we go again. 5. Okay. That's up here, and we have Legacy House of Arcane, Ring of Protection. Read a middle grade book. Cute. And I don't know what I did to deserve this. It's perfect prompts. It is middle grade book. So the same as for Magic Hopathon and of Green Gables. Moving on. Roll number 4. 7. Okay, bigger number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. North Pole. That's fun. Okay, North Pole. This means post a poll on social media, and I post it on my Instagram, and people chose. So I put 4 options. So first I put Piranesi, Susan Clark. I put all of these are on ebooks. Piranesi, Susan Clark. How the One-Armed Sister Sweeps Her House. Not sure the author. Pride, Prejudice and Turkish Delight, or Dragons Don't Eat Meat. These were the 4 options. And the one that won was Piranesi by Susanna Clark. Piranesi I am very intrigued by because it has great ratings, but there are also lots of people who say like they did not understand it at all. And that also like, it does turn out perfect, but for half of the time you don't understand what's going on. But I don't know. Piranesi's house is no ordinary building. Its rooms are infinite, its corridors endless, its walls are lined with thousands upon thousands of statues, each one different from all the others. Within the labyrinth of halls, an ocean is imprisoned. Waves thunder up staircases, rooms are flooded in an instant. But Piranesi is not afraid. He understands the tides as he understands the pattern of the labyrinth itself. He lives to explore the house. There is one other person in the house, a man called the Other, who visits Piranesi twice a week and asks for help with research into a great and secret knowledge. But as Piranesi explores, evidence emerges of another person, and a terrible truth begins to unravel, revealing a world beyond the one Piranesi has always known. I am a bit afraid, like it sounds a little bit like the Starless Sea, and I loved about half of the Starless Sea, and then the second half, when it turned this kind of surreal, I did not like it. That's when it went whoop, down. I'm a little worried, but we'll see. I heard amazing things about it, so I'm really excited about that one. It is a shorter one as well, so hopefully it's good. So yeah, let's go for hopefully the last roll. And last roll, 8. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. TBRvatar, the same prompt as last month. Not bad. Alright, and we got TBRvatar again, so I asked on my Discord channel for people to recommend me a book from my ebooks shelf on Goodreads, where I keep it updated to all the ebooks I own. And Ewald picked for me, Natalie also did, but she picked Piranesi actually, so that one already is on the TBR. So Ewald picked On Basilisk Station, which is a book he recommended to me as part of 12 books to read in 2024, recommended by friends. So I already had that on, like, that's why I had it on my TBR, so it's great. On Basilisk Station is the first book in the Honor Harrington series, and it is written by David Weber, and it is some old school sci-fi book. Honor Harrington in trouble, having made him look the fool. She's been exiled to Basilisk Station in disgrace and set up for ruin by a superior who hates her. Her demoralized crew blames her for their ship's humiliating posting to an out-of-the-way picket station. The aborigines of the system's only habitable planet are smoking homicide-inducing hallucinogens. Parliament isn't sure it wants to keep the place. The major local industry is smuggling. The merchant cartels want her head. The star-conquering so-called Republic of Haven is up to something. And Honor Harrington has a single overage light cruiser with an armament that doesn't work to police the entire star system. But the people out to get her have made one mistake. They've made her mad. I don't understand anything I just read. Well, we'll see what happens in that one. I honestly don't know. But that was the last roll. So what happens now? This is the physical TBR, so 3 books. That's okay. But then on top of that, I've got Anne of Green Gables, Piranesi, On Basilisk Station, She Who Became the Sun. Actually, on Basilisk Station, I could count towards Eldia, because here I got the prompt Friend's Favorite, and I know Ewald's been recommending this one for a long time, so I think that I'm gonna count On Basilisk Station for this one. That's good. I like that thought, actually. And then, on top of that, I have these 4 books to go through, because they're from library, so I want to read them. I want to read these. So, yeah, there is a lot happening again in July. I will be traveling a lot, so I don't expect to be reading a lot. So we'll see what happens. I will not be upset if I don't get to read all that much, but we'll see what happens. Let me know if you're participating in these readathons. Definitely check the announcements down below, I will link it. And yeah, that's it for this TBR of madness. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!